realizing that you could just use the spheres to bounce the regained infinite impermanence, not chaining the spheres here, because it does still trigger its graveyard effect, even if negated on field. Following up with Pot of Prosperity, decent.
Oh, and we might be muted a little bit there at the start of the round, but we are back if you didn't hear us say anything before.
Oh, sorry about that. Getting a peek in James McIntyre's extra deck here.
Yeah, just looking like a normal Traptrix deck with a DPE in the extra.
Yeah, DPE, a card that, like, I've been thinking just probably should be in more decks. Fusion Destiny's back at 3, and there are a number of decks that could just use like the extra guy, you know? What if we reveal like a Destiny hero here? Nope.
The other thing with the Fusion Destiny is you could use a card like Triple Tactics Thrust to just add it to your hand.
That's true. That's true. It does kind of conflict with Traptrix because the new extender locks you into plants and insects, so you'd kind of have to choose between the two if you do get interrupted. But
okay, so
yeah, I can also see like make Sarah activate Fusion Destiny is like decent.
We have Decklists here as well, so it does look like markers on sort of like a Dragon Link sort of deck, but it is very much like Bystial control because he doesn't have the Striker Dragon. Sorry, the Rocket monsters in there. But
I have seen this deck going around. I love the Melody of Awakening Dragon for the Chaos Emperor and the Diabolos. That's really cool. I guess this deck, like you said, it's matchup dependent because it doesn't seem to have like a ton of great ways to get lights and darks engraved that you want to banish.
I also just wondering, did Mike search at the end phase there for Make Movement? Because I didn't see.
I believe he did.
Okay. Oh yeah, he did.
Well,
he got the
if not, then he's getting one here. I think he got a Drew Swim.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so this one here is on 1, 2. Let me have a count of the hand traps. So it is on 9, I believe. Yeah, 3, 6, 9. 9 hand traps being the good ones: Nibiru, Ash, and Imperm.
So we add the Arachnocamper, but we can't use that and the Fusion Destiny. Could be a problem.
Yep, using
there we go, using that destroy. Notably, all the Traptrix extra deck monsters can't be, well, they're unaffected by trap cards, so you kind of have to.
James not in a great position here. I mean, a DPE
you could shock, yeah,
doesn't do that much against the branded strategy. I mean, it's strong.
I mean, hear me out. You just go Fusion Destiny for Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer,
attack,
and then pass. You just don't use it. I mean, to be fair, in this situation, it's the only monster James would control. So if it is used and goes to graveyard, you can't Bystial it as a quick play, right?
Correct. Yeah.
That's like not the worst. Yeah. And see here, that is the line that James goes for. He's like, I don't need to use Traptrix cards this turn. I don't think they probably beat this. Attacks over the spheres. Mike presumably using the spheres. Hits the graveyard. And looking at Mike's list, there isn't like a ton of like, you know, he isn't playing like a Morphage Sloth or anything like super spicy. It looks like he's going for the Chamber Dragon Maid here to get some follow-up. Seems correct. Seems correct.
Pretty cool deck, I have to admit. I haven't seen it being played yet myself.
No, I've only heard it talked about.
Yeah, one I've seen mainly is the Dragon Link variant of Bystial and the branded variant, but I haven't seen kind of like a pure Dragon Bystial sort of deck. So pretty cool.
I think next format, when we have that, there's that new dragon that is like a tuner that if you control a non-effect monster, you can summon it and then make a token when it goes to graveyard. Saw a lot of success in the OCG, just like maxed out on Bystials and using that as like a kind of synchro toolbox deck. I could see this deck sort of morphing into that as the time goes on, using the Bystials more as like level 6 non-tuners, with like the Lubellian package and some of the Dragon Link tools at your availability as well.
So I think I did see a couple of Traptrix Trap-Hold Nightmares, which don't do a lot against Bystial apart from the Lubellion's effect.
Yeah. But like Mike has to contest with a Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and I don't know if the Bystials are like that good at beating trap cards.
I think you can probably deal with it with the Branded Beast.
True.
It will be more of an annoyance, really, rather than what it used to be, where it used to just define a whole entire match. Yeah, having a look as well at James McIntyre's list, it does look like a very standard sort of Traptrix list outside of the Fusion Destiny inclusion. Opting for the evenly matched in the main with Imperm, Ash, and Nibiru, the hand traps of the format.
Hand traps of the format, but again, not really what you want against Traptrix. I wonder, you know, what Mike's side deck looks like. I'm seeing a couple cards in it that might be decent against this matchup. Okay, Chamber Dragon Maid. It's like an archetype of like, you know, Arnigo's deck is like, what if every card I summon went +1? Right? Chamber Dragon Maid, Magnamut, Libellion, Safer, like all of these cards effectively kind of plus you in a way.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's you're right, like the Bystials themselves kind of are just +1 cards outside of obviously the Druid Swarm, which is just a mass removal sort of card.
Yeah, and the issue with like Rocket Tracer, even though it is a phenomenally good card, is it sort of means you have to play Absorata, you have to play Dragon Ravine, you have to play Rocket Synchron, you have to play Boot Sector Launch. Like a lot of cards in your deck suddenly don't do a whole lot on their own. And I think that is possibly why people have like read the Bystials and gone, well, these are all like unbelievable cards. Why don't we just play these? Okay.
So he is using the Druid Swarm. Targeting probably one of the Destiny heroes in James's grave.
Thank God he put some darks in there. Every single Traptrix is Earth, so.
Is that a Gravedigger's trap hole, maybe? Libellion is in grave as well, so that will go put sort of James under a bit of pressure.
Sure will.
Yep, Druid Swarm comes out. Banish in.
Something in defense. Interesting.
He's probably going to just be sending it off with the Libellion in grave anyway.
Fair. Yeah, you're right. There he goes. Whee!
Which will then get to activate the effect of Druid Swarm. Send in the Phoenix and Force to the grave.
But imagine if he had another branded spell trap to get off of Libellion.
Magnum straight away. Going DPE, go away.
Goodbye. And now that DPE is like at the mercy of any Bystial in hand. Which he has. Be a pretty good thing to Gravedigger's Trap Hole, though.
Unless,
allowing it through.
Doesn't have it. Yeah.
Goodbye, DPE.
And
The once terror of every format has been defeated by 9 copies of DD Crow in main deck.
Quite literally.
Interesting. I mean, not the matchup that I expected for Traptrix. Again, I feel like if you're James there, like, you are correct. I'm sure they were holding that impermanence for like the Alibur or the Lubellion that was coming down, and just sort of like, you know, Mike passes it, he goes, oh, I see.
Yeah, so obviously they're showing the weakness of DPE when you come up against a Bystial deck. Obviously James wasn't probably anticipating Mike to show up, or anyone really to show up with a pure Bystial deck.
Well, and it's like the risk you take. Like, I feel like DPE is a card that has sort of crept back in, because everyone's saying like, oh, well, no one's playing Bystials anymore. You know, Tearlament, no one's playing Tearlament, so we can get away with a DPE package. And then you run into Mike Arnigo on Bystial control, and you go, all right, let's side those cards out. Let's
also
make some changes.
Ijizu cards did get hit slightly, but they are still like kind of lingering a little bit in the format with decks like Algeria Runic. So
yeah, I fully expect those cards to still cause problems. I don't think in any way they've been power crept.
No, there's still 4 copies of those cards available to you, so they can be played still. And utilized. So it's definitely something you have to consider when you're building a deck.
I mean, I gotta say, like as a current Tearlament player, a believer of Tearlament, I am astonished by how often you get access to those cards. You'd think like at one they're so difficult to get hold of, but I mean,
They're really not.
the deck still mills 20, you know, and that's like a 50-50. And they almost feel more powerful at one because you know, you never mill the second one. It's just straight value, baby.
So, dipping into the side decks here, I would say that the Traptrix player will want to go first.
Yeah, do you think Mike Onigo is playing evenly matched in this format?
Who plays that card?
It's such an interesting, like every single spell and trap removal card feels so power crept, except for evenly now.
Yeah, so in Mike's side deck, I think that you'll probably be seeing things like evenly matched Gamma Seal and your Book of Eclipses coming in.
Do you think
maybe Book of Eclipse?
do you think he's playing a card you might want to put in going first, a virus card? Do you think he might put that in for going second? It seems so easy for him to just stick a high attack dark monster. But
I'd consider it, but yeah, it's definitely rough if you draw it and they set up a field that's just not gonna let that card resolve.
I guess, yeah. Like, what does Traptrix even have that stops it from resolving? And opening on Fusion Destiny against the Bystial deck. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of gives Mike like free reign to just pop off during James's turn, right?
Yeah, has opted though to keep the Fusion Destinies in and the whole DP package.
I kind of like don't agree with that in a way. It feels like it's a bit of a pipe dream that DP will live more than one turn against this deck. Even if you choose not to use its effect, it gets destroyed during the next end phase. So, but then you got 4 back row. Maybe that's good enough.
Mike can just, if he obviously didn't draw a Bystial, but he could have had a Magnum out there and be straight into the game, like with
like that's the risk, right?
He has opened evenly matched though. So.
Well, time for James's side deck to shine. Do you have an answer? Leading on the Bystial Rebellion.
Which I think is fine.
There are solemn judgments in James's side deck.
But did he draw one?
I guess. I mean, four set cuts. You have to imagine.
Like your NZ Open did, Mike could just have the double evenly.
That's true. You know, sometimes you just want it more.
Maki, I think it looks like,
like Imperm, Gravedigger's Trap Hole, another Imperm.
The last card, not.
I don't think I see a Solemn. I think those are all like reaction
that
cards.
Is going to be a very, very strong evenly matched.
Unless it was an ultimate rare Solemn Judgment. I didn't recognize the art on any of those cards.
It looked like a Holotea.
We're chaining the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a bad sign. Getting that Holotea engraved makes sense. Oh no.
Looks like he's going to keep a copy of Infinite Impermanence.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, didn't look like... It might be Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I think I saw one of those.
Find out now.
Just like protecting the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Nope.
Body language of James said not good though.
I mean, you just got even lead for 5 cards basically. I mean, I can't feel that good. Yeah. Trap Hole Nightmare, sure. Interesting to pick that. I mean, it destroys. I guess that's like relevant.
I suppose Infinite Impermanence it kind of achieved the same thing without clearing the body on field.
We can do this now. We can go this into Striker Dragon, search Black Collapse Serpent, search White Dragon, and then just make spheres. I feel like that's probably enough.
And
from Mike Onigo here.
Yeah, sitting there on one card.
I mean,
he does
that dash is coming back next turn. Well, he doesn't if he can't get the dasher off his field.
True.
Right? He has to summon something.
True.
Is there a world where you just don't declare DPE against the Bystial deck? Because like,
I think in that
you just want to keep the dasher engraved.
Only, yeah.
I guess you kind of have to just hope he didn't draw one. Got a little unlucky there.
Bit of hope though, considering 9 Bystial banish effects in the main deck.
Yeah.
We'll draw for turn.
Right, 1 for turn.
And he's drawn a Fusion Destiny.
Oh, the punish.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with the Fusion Destinies. I just don't know.
If he did declare DPE, he does have to summon one back though.
He's going to, yeah. He's probably going to summon back the Dasher, because if the Celestial is reborn, you cannot use its effect to turn it ascent to graveyard, I believe. No, yeah, that would be busted if you could. That being said, Celestial has an effect that destroys face-up spell and trap cards. Could come up, you know? I don't know why I would choose to reborn the Celestial here. I guess neither is good.
Neither is good. You don't want either one of these monsters on your field.
No.
Yeah, very unfortunate there, James, on the draw. I mean, any Traptrix monster...
He's laughing. He's like, oh, man.
So.
Bounce the Celestial. But what if James drew Polymerization, you know? Maybe he could... Don't give him Celestial back.
Fusion Destiny Celestial in hand, not what James wants to see at all.
No.
And Mike just...
I mean, if he was playing Hero, he'd be on fire right now.
Yeah, Mike just continues to just get one more card from every card that he plays, as you mentioned
It's
before.
it's like TGs or something. It's like just Magnamoot every turn is like a free card, and there's the concession. Yeah, tidying.
Very, very quick round there, obviously.
Oh, and tidying can return the Bystials to your hand, and then you can summon them again. Wait, that's crazy. This deck's awesome. All right,
Awesome,
Mike Arnigo on 2, now 3-0-1.
Yeah, so
good record for the Bystials here. And they said they were out of the format. Turns out, if your opponent is playing Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer and Traptrix, they're still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I would say, unfortunate on James's part, coming up against a pure Bystial deck and then pretty much just drawing his Fusion Destiny package for both games.
Yep.
We saw game 1.
Well, he drew 4. He drew 4 back row.
Yeah, I guess. But evenly matched definitely dealt with that back row.
It sure did. Yeah, bane of any back row deck, getting evenly matched. Not really many answers to it.
No, not at all. James, so we got Mike here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Mike.
Hey.
James. You going, James?
What's up?
You got the brown pants on today?
Looking at that one, yeah, I do. I'm a bit sour.
Your hero deck's looking a little out of whack, my guy.
Yeah. It's
oh man, unfortunate.
It's kind of all over the place. It actually has been going really good today, but that game obviously didn't look great.
Well, I
at
can
all.
see your mindset of like, you know, oh, no one's playing Bystials anymore. Surely it's time for DP, and then you go up against literal Bystial dot deck and go, oh crap.
That is 100% was what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not going to verse any Bystials.
Just to keep you humble, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep DP out of the format for a while.
Yeah, but yeah, the idea is basically I can do the Traptrix line, make Rafflesia, and then activate Fusion Destiny. So, the idea is to have that now protected. Sorry, I'm not going to Ash Blossom or vice versa. Or and also gives you 2 draws for your follow-up turn later, and it gives you that bit of power or punch that Traptrix really struggle with.
It's like exactly what Sky Striker was doing, just like main decking 3 Fusion Destiny a couple formats ago. Like, yeah, free draws, free summons.
Yeah. Moving over to Mike as well. Obviously, you've come into this tournament with a pretty cool looking unique deck with Bystial control. What sort of let you come to? Why did you choose the deck?
Well, to be honest, I was originally going to go in with Bystial Thunder Dragons, but I chose against it just because, like, the deck's that version's explosive, but then all the Thunder Dragons are all bricks. So I just went with something that was a little bit more, I guess, fine-tuned and more, I guess, consistent. It doesn't have the same power as something like Thunder Bystial, but at least I can look at my opening hand and be kind of sure that I'm going to see, you know, something playable. And it lets me also, you know, get into those games where if my opponent's trying to grind me out, I got the option to actually outgrind them as well. So, yeah.
One thing I noticed with the deck is it's incredibly like streamlined. Obviously, each card sort of netted you a +1, and yeah, it was a really unique way of seeing this dual played. So it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, like, but the big problem before with Thunder Dragon variant is just because you'll have those hands where you open no normal summons, including the Bystials. So just having more copies of the Dragon Link stuff, the tidyings and whatnot, just gives you more ways to interact with your opponent.
I love the tidyings because like bouncing a Bystial to your hand is like just good. Like you want to do that. So it's a nice tech. The deck kind of reminded me a bit of like something like True Draco, like a deck that like wins by attrition, right? Every card goes +1. You summon a bunch of big guys that are like good in the battle phase. You got a bunch of continuous spell and traps that like go plus, and yeah, it's just like it looks unassuming as hell, and then you play against it, and you're like, damn, I can't beat over Druid Swarm. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's tidying Seal Pass was always pretty good before with Dragon Link, so it's pretty much that.
Yeah.
But then now you've got more ways to interact with the Bystials. So yeah, it was
I
just
liked
something that I just thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's one more round of Swiss, so good luck, and hopefully see some more Bystial action later on.
So, yeah, thanks guys.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
And we will be going to another break. Obviously, with the round finishing with 20 minutes to go, we still have 16 minutes to fill. So, for you at home, go grab yourself another drink, grab yourself another snack, and we will be back with the final round of Swiss from the regional.
Thanks, Joe.